Tēnā koutou, good afternoon and welcome to this One News special. The government has just published the 2024 budget. It is a critical moment for the coalition. With New Zealand in recession, they're trying to balance the fiscal priorities of three different political parties while guiding our economy into more prosperous times. So, over the next 2 hours, we're going to bring you details and analysis of the budget. Shortly, we will take you live to Parliament, where Finance Minister Nicola Willis will be addressing the House. But first of all, tax cuts. This is where so much of the attention has been focused on today's announcement, and the government has just confirmed the tax cuts in this year's budget. Of course, heading into the election, they see spending for education and law and order. $7 billion in spending has been announced for infrastructure heading into today's budget. Nicola Willis suggested that would be a key focus for her government as they seek to reduce the size of New Zealand's infrastructure deficit. Let's have a quick look at some of the fiscal projections from the Treasury today. These have just been released as part of the budget. So as well as getting to see the government's spending plans, we are extremely fortunate this afternoon to be joined in studio by two expert panellists, economist Shamabeel Yaqub and ANZ Chief Economist Sharon Zollner. Kia ora kōrua. Christmas Day for us all, I know. Let's just get your first takes. We've had a few minutes now just to digest the top lines out of this year's budget. Sharon, what do you think?
I don't think there's any huge surprises here. I don't think this is a game changer for the Reserve Bank, for example. Overall, this is probably not wildly out of line with the half-year update in terms of what it means.
Your tax cut, aren't we amazing? When actually what they were doing is they were stealing money from you over the last few years.
Well, the good news, Shamabeel, is we will have an opportunity to put those concerns to the Finance Minister herself. Nicola Willis will be joining us as this One News Q&A budget special continues. Stay with us. Kia ora iwi, welcome back to this One News Q&A special. Over the next hour and a half or so, we're going to be hearing to political leaders from across the political spectrum as we all digest the detail of the 2024 budget. Chloe Swarbrick is the co-leader of the Greens, and she's with us now live from Parliament. Kia ora, thank you for being with us. I know you haven't had a whole lot of time to go through it, but looking at the top lines, what do you make of the budget?
Well, there's not all too many surprises. Unfortunately, the pre-budget announcements are particularly that $2.9 billion for landlords. Ahead
of budget day, they try and stagger them leading into the budget to get maximum coverage for their spending priorities. That includes $1.9 billion over the next 4 years for more prison beds, corrections staff and rehab for remand prisoners. Just over $500 million over the next 4 years to increase the pay for Defence Force staff and to upgrade equipment and infrastructure. And $53 million over 4 years to grow the teacher workforce. To pay for their priorities, of course, they've announced a series of cuts in spending. Those include $245 million over the next 4 years by ending the first home grants, but they say that those will be offset by savings and cuts in other parts of government budget. Anyway, we're going to have more details and analysis on the 2024 budget when this One News Q&A special continues. Stay with us. Ahead of the budget, TVNZ's chief correspondent John Campbell, who's already working his way into my shot, travelled to the far north to find out what people in Te Tai Tokerau wanted. And an amazing line stood out from his project. This is Kane Leiden from Mid-North Budgeting Services in Kaikooi. Have a listen.
Actually, child poverty will trend up relative to families on higher incomes.
And of course, you can see more of John's analysis on the One News website, as well as that amazing road trip up north, which is well worth a watch. Thank you very much, JC.
Thanks, Jack. Lovely job.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this One News Q&A budget special this afternoon. Te Karere is up in a couple of minutes. The One News team will have comprehensive coverage of the budget at 6 o'clock tonight. Kia pai te ahi ahine. Have a good afternoon.